We are privileged and honored to be joined by Mr. James Kenani, who is, Tennis Kenya president, with us in studio. Very, very jovial and always confident about the future based on the organization and the structures that they've put in place with us in studio. Mr. Kenani, it's a privilege and honor to have you in studio this afternoon.
Yes, we're also very happy and privileged to be here with you.
Karibu sana.
So that all Kenyans can hear about what we are doing.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Mr. James Kenani, Tennis Kenya president. And to my left, we are also privileged and honored to be joined by a lady, who's been there, very jovial, has a lot, on her desk, but she stands tall and always very ready to deliver on all her deliverables. We are talking about Wanjiru Mbugua, Karani, Secretary General Tennis Kenya with us, and also the Vice President, Confederation African Tennis, also the Chief de Mission, Team Kenya Olympics team heading to Paris. Lot on her desk, but believe you me, rule her out at your own peril. She always delivers. Wanji, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Karibu sana and welcome to the studio.
Sana.
How has it been?
Good. Busy, but good.
I know.
Yes.
Well, we thank God. Mr. Kenani, you'll forgive me. I always say ladies first. So I don't know whether it's a first of F-A-S-T or F-I-R-S-T. But let's...
I think I want to agree with the F-I-R-S-T.
We go with the F-I-R-S-T. You have the nod, Wanji. Congratulations. Kenya got the nod to host Billie Jean Cup for the second year running. Burundi had also put in a bid, but Kenya got the better of Burundi. Congratulations. How was it like for you, as Tennis Kenya?
It's been, it was wonderful. We felt that as Tennis Kenya, we had fought for the right for Billie Jean King Cup to come to Africa, because before that it was a Euro-Africa zone. And African countries were struggling to go to Europe to go and play this very tournament. So Tennis Kenya was at the forefront of fighting for this tournament to come to Africa. And therefore, as soon as we managed and succeeded with that, we were able to apply and got the event. And it was so successful that they decided to give it to us for a second round. And it was successful thanks to our amazing players who gave their best. They came from second last position to number 3, taking the bronze medal. And yeah, it's and thanks to the Kenyan fans also who just turned up in their numbers to watch 12 countries battling it out. So yeah.
And Kenya's hospitality.
And Kenya's amazing hospitality.
Thank you very much.
That's right.
Mr. Kenani, here we are, Tennis Kenya, and as President Tennis Kenya, you are very confident based on the structures and organizations that you've put in place. Billie Jean, King Cup is not just any other tournament in the tennis circles. This is one of the biggest tournaments around.
Oh yes, it's actually named after Billie Jean King herself, who is a world-renowned player. And like the Secretary General said, Tennis Kenya was really at the forefront in asking ITF, International Tennis Federation, during AGMs, annual general meetings, that we need to hold, Africa needs to host Billie Jean King Cup. It took us about 2 to 3 years at every AGM raising that point, because what was happening, you'll find that Africans all over from Africa, about 3 or so countries would go to Europe to play. And then they would be whipped so badly, they come back, they don't want to go back there again. So we said we need our own. And finally, they did it last year. And we were the first people to be given that opportunity to host it in Africa.
Not only did you host it, it looks like you convinced them that we deserve it more.
Oh yes, because, yes, you are very right, and that's a correct observation, thank you. Because after the report was written, we passed with flying colors.
Wow.
So this year we didn't have the struggles as before. They easily identified us as their hosts for this year.
And based on that, you can confidently tell Kenyans that even in the near future, we will be there when it comes to matters bidding for hosting rights.
Yes, yes, we shall. And we stand in a very good position because Kenya is very central, if you look at Africa, because the people who are now playing us are all from Africa. Now, if you look at Montenegro, some country way up there in the north, we don't even know where to get the visas from, and Africans struggle to get there. But once it came to Kenya, instead of 3 countries from Africa appearing for Billie Jean King Cup, we had 12 countries.
100%.
And even this year, we also have 12 countries.
12 countries, 100%.
100%,
Yes.
wow. Yeah.
And it's really, I'm really excited about that. And Kenyans stand up, which is very good. There is no team that would like to play in the absence of the crowd or in their country. They all want everybody to come and share. So we invite, and we are actually saying, come and you will see some of our champions.
Interesting indeed. Remember, we are privileged and honored to be joined in studio, this afternoon by Mr. James Kenani, who is the president Tennis Kenya, with us in studio. Mr. James Kenani, President Tennis Kenya, with us in studio, and also Wanjiru Mbugua Karani, who is the Secretary General Tennis Kenya, with us in studio. Wanji, you have so many hats, but for now, let's focus on the Tennis Kenya one before we engage a bit about Africa and what to expect, and then, of course, we'll engage you with at least a question on Team Kenya, being the CDM, Chief de Mission of Team Kenya. Wanji, 100% confirmation from 12 African teams coming up for this tournament. Have they arrived? Have they come? And what does this, make you feel getting 100% turnout for the tournament?
I mean, for us, it's the best feeling ever. That we had been struggling, as Mr. Kenani has said. So getting 100% is also proof to ITF that this tournament was long overdue in Africa. And also the excitement it generates amongst all the African countries. You should see all the posts flying around with every team just trying to cheer their own is amazing for Billie Jean. This has always happened for the men with Davis Cup. But this time, the excitement is really growing for women's tennis. So in terms of arrivals, we have about 60% of the countries who are already here. We have Madagascar, we have Botswana, we have South Africa, we have, who else? A couple of others who
Yes, you have Botswana, Burundi, Ghana.
Burundi has also arrived.
Mauritius,
Ghana
Namibia,
has also arrived.
Nigeria, South Africa, Tunisia, Uganda, Zimbabwe.
Yes, so the other half will be arriving tonight and tomorrow morning. Our referee is here, he's from Egypt. We also have to get a couple of neutral umpires, so those have also come from Egypt. So we are almost a full house. Wow. Yeah, wow. By tomorrow, 11 a.m., we shall be a full house. In terms of hospitality, in terms of making them as comfortable as possible, are we on the right track? Oh yes, we have, we have a whole organizing committee. We have subcommittees, one specifically for hospitality, just to make sure everybody is comfortable. We have a good hotel that's walking distance from Nairobi Club. We have meals, club meals, club buffet at Nairobi Club. We have some sponsors like Coca-Cola who have brought us drinks and sodas, and we are ready. We feel very ready to host. Wow, interesting indeed. And congratulations to Team Tennis Kenya for this. Mr. Kenani, allow me to ask you this. It must have been very painful for you last year, losing out to Nigeria.
Oh yes, because we lost by 1 point. And we were ranked number 12. But we actually beat Morocco, who finally won.
The eventual winners.
Yeah.
Yes, the eventual winner.
Yes.
So it was just unlucky, just bad luck.
Because
we lost by just 1 point.
The players are here, and we will engage them.
Now we have to make sure that we enjoy revenge. And the English say, revenge is sweet. So Kenyans are going to have it sweet.
Just like in rugby, Germany beat Kenya in Germany, but last weekend, Kenya beat them when it mattered most.
When
and
it mattered.
And it's best served hot.
Yeah.
Yes. yes, I agree entirely.
But remember, by the end of the day, we are sportsmen and sportswomen.
yes.
We
That's
welcome all Nigerians, and not just Nigerians, everyone in this tournament. To the fans out there, let's all head to Nairobi Club. It's coming down, and when Team Kenya is in the court, I can tell you the security and everything that happens there, it's always a carnival.
Yeah, completely.
Are they still there this time round in terms of bringing that carnival?
Yes. We have everybody. We have the security dancers. All our players, former past players, will be coming with their friends. I mean, it's really going to be a festival for 6 days, and Kenyans can expect a thrilling, energetic, time. And when they come into our space this week.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
And by the way,
yes.
Nairobi Club, as this time, we made sure that they were sitting in our committees because we are using their venue. So we wanted ideas, suggestions from them. We shared, and last evening, I think we came to a very happy conclusion.
Excellent.
Yes.
Last year's event, many kept asking, will the venue be ready? Are we in that situation this year?
No. We are past there. Now where we want to go is Kasarani, so that we can have all those courts. We have a choice of hard courts. We also will have a choice of clay courts. And Kenya will be an area, or will be the country, that will perform coaching services within Africa and even outside Africa. So we did get 10 acres of land. It's just that the courts are not ready, but we are fighting hard to make sure that it comes to a reality, and we will be operating at a different level.
Wow. Before I engage Wanji, because I know I need to respect her time, she has other engagements. Still with you, Mr. Kenani. Coach Rugoi and her team, have you put them under pressure?
And his team.
Oh, and his team. Yes, Coach, Rugoi and his team.
Yes.
Have you put them under pressure in terms of delivery?
Oh, yes. Even last evening we were there talking about it. And even this morning, we actually came with the girls.
Yes,
And,
they'll get their moment.
Yes,
soon.
yeah. So they'll have to account for what we have been able to invest in them. And we are grateful to the parents who have given us these children. We are training them, and some of them are actually studying in the US. They got scholarships because of tennis. So really the sky is the limit. I don't see what stops Kenya from winning this event now, having also the home advantage.
Mr. Kenani, as you say, sky is the limit for them. Allow me, and I'll tell them, because they're coming in,
Good.
that sky is not the limit, but sky is the stepping stone to greater heights.
Wow.
Sky is the stepping stone.
To greater heights.
I have
Greater heights.
I have to give that because I don't have an answer for it.
We will talk about that. Wanji,
Yes.
as we look at this, you are also the vice president, Confederation African Tennis. Congratulations. Still, we'll never stop saying this because ever since you came into office, we are seeing lots of tournaments coming up, within Africa, more so, towards ladies. And Kenya is a beneficiary of some of them, Kenya hosting.
That is true. One of the things where Africa has really suffered compared to the rest of the world is that we do not have enough tournaments. And this trickle down is that therefore our players do not have a good ranking, a good ITF ranking. For instance, you can see what Angela Okuto is suffering right now. Her level is possibly of a top 200 player. But because she's not had enough tournaments to play here back home, then her level remains at 500 or 400 and now something. So it is part of our strategy that every country should hold at least one professional event. So that way our players are able to get points at home, as opposed to having to fly all the way to the US, to Europe, to Australia to take part in their events. And what also this does is that when you host an event, you're able to get wild cards from another event at another place. So for your players, it helps them home advantage. It also helps them to get wild cards in another country. And focus has also been on the women's events. And we must thank Angela because she's opened our minds to all this W25, W35, W50 tournaments. This year we want to upgrade the Kenyan ones to a W50, which means the winner gets 50 points because she's already won the W35. So now we must step up and give her the next level. But you find people like Sada from Burundi, people from Tunisia, all take advantage of these tournaments.
Wanji, and let's assume Mr. Kenani is not here. You wear your Vice President Confederation, African Tennis hat. Does Tennis Kenya give you support?
I want to hear it.
Mr. Kenani is keenly. He's assuming he's at home.
I mean, from the very beginning. He's mentored me for many years. Mr. Kenani has mentored me for many years. He has allowed me to grow, to thrive. You would expect a president would be like, no, you can't go for vice president. How about I go? But no, he was like, sure, come on. Who do we need to lobby to? So the support he's given has been tremendous. And the space he's created at Tennis Kenya has allowed people to thrive. If anybody wants to go for a higher position, the federation is always willing and willing to assist. So Tennis Kenya, yes, has been very supportive to me personally as vice president, but also to the Confederation of African Tennis. We are always willing to host events. We are always on the lookout for anything that requires changes. Now that we are in office, the office, and they tell me, Wanji, remember, you need to go and discuss this, all for the betterment of tennis.
Of tennis in
Yeah,
Kenya.
yeah.
Wow, interesting, and very good sentiments coming through there, Mr. Kenani. And
Very kind.
It's the way to go, because ideally, like she puts it, many would have been, no, you stay here, I will go for that position, but from your mentorship and always giving the right directions, here we are. But let's look at, the revolution, or the evolution of tennis in the country. We are seeing, like now Angela Okutoi really up there and supported by other, players there. Stacy is there. We know her twin sister is also there. There are so many more. But when you look at where we've come from, where would you rate us in the next, say, 10 years from a Tennis Kenya? We are looking at the Norbert Oduors of the yesteryears, Paul Wekesa, the Wehungus of this world. Now we have Angie Okutoi, and of course technology is also coming up. The courts are changing. Where do you see Tennis Kenya in the next 10 years?
First of all, I must say that tennis in back years was considered as an elitist event. But luckily now, it has become a local event. We have African kids playing. They have even made it possible for adults who want to play tennis to use a slower ball, because the most difficult thing about tennis is how to control the ball. Now, the ball which is used during regular play was moving far too fast.
I have to hold you there because we have to go for a short commercial break. When we come back, you will finish that. Then Angie will also give us just one comment about Olympics. Short commercial break. We are your true sports partner. On Tuesday, make a date with us as we will be beaming live Harambee Stars taking on African champions Ivory Coast and hoping that they can get some good results to keep pressure on Ivory Coast, who are perched at the top of the group, having beaten Azingo National of Gabon by 1-0 yesterday. Harambee Stars battling out to a 1-0 draw against Burundi. Interesting times ahead, but remember, it's live on KBC Channel 1. Well, very interesting. Sorry, we cut you short. We had to go in for commercials. You maybe give us a quick, preview of what to expect when gets opening match. Are there charges, and what can you tell Kenyans?
I would like to tell Kenyans to talk to the tournament director, and that is Wanji.
Wanji, who is here?
Yes.
That's a good one. Wanji, shots fired.
Yeah, they have been fired. I take them. But we want to welcome Kenyans to the World Cup of Tennis, because this is initially it's the World Cup of Tennis. The gates open on Monday at 9 a.m. We have the opening ceremony. Sorry, at 8:30 a.m. we have the opening ceremony, followed by the opening match. The draw will be done tomorrow at 2 p.m. So then is when we shall know who is going to be playing who. And so we are ready to welcome Kenyans. Come over your lunch break, take a day off, come and spend the day at Nairobi Club. The charges are minimal. It's 500 shillings a day, or you can buy a season ticket for 2,000. And you can buy them all on ticketyetu.com. That's where we shall be selling the tickets. We shall have some merchandise also, so if you want to wear your Team Kenya shirt, please do and come along.
I can tell you back at home for free that on top of the hospitality that they give, the visiting teams, even you as fans, you are always made to be very comfortable. I'm saying this out of experience because I was there last year, and we thank God we are here. Inshallah, we will be there next week, God willing, to see us through. Before I come back to Mr. Kenani to give us his final, comments or final remarks to the visiting teams, we can't let you go without asking you this question. You are the CEO of Team Kenya that's heading to Paris for the Olympics. How prepared are we?
We are more prepared than we've ever been, and I am very proud to be part of the team that has made this possible. Every team has managed to go for their qualifiers. Every team has managed to be put in camp to prepare for their qualifiers, even before we go into the local training camp. Players are being paid already, a small stipend as they train, and we've already had some teams going to Miramas just to prepare, like for instance the Shujaa team.
I mean, you guys played a big part in getting us back to where we belong.
And so I'm very proud that if anything, whatever happens, we can say we prepared the team very, very well.
Wow.
So, of course, as you've said, to whom much is given, much is expected. We expect a medal haul.
We expect medals to come back with all these preparations because, we are not hearing squabbles. We are not hearing, issues around Team Kenya. You just hear date set, when are our qualifiers, when are our trials. Athletics is next week. We still have Lionesses, keeping their fingers crossed, and we are praying for them.
That's right.
Unfortunately, boxing for the first time in history.
Yes.
We will be talking to Sugar Ray later on to just let us know what happened from a boxing point. We need to respect Wanji's time, and we are letting her go. But you have the final word for the visiting teams.
Thank you very much. The visiting teams are highly welcome, and I think one of our former chair lady is the one in charge of VIP guests and arriving teams. The preparations are there. I've actually seen them this morning. The teams are ready to start practicing and warming up with the weather that we have, and pray that the rain doesn't decide to drench us to drench us wet, because it will take longer. But the fact that they are here 100% is very warm in my heart, and the rest of the team. We are all happy and excited that they want to. And by the way, in that way we are also contributing to the economy. They come and pay us in forex.
True.
So that's a plus for Kenya, and we are happy about that. The point I wanted to make is that tennis can be a more popular game and can continue to, actually, even you at your age, because you can play it at your speed.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, they have now a slower ball, which used to give adults problems. Now the ball is slow, so you can reach it and hit it. So at any age, you can play tennis. And I like to tell them that we are trying very, very hard to go out into the counties so that we can introduce the game of tennis in this country.
Thank you very much. Wanji, please prepare an umpire because I'll be taking him on in the courts 6 laps.
Yeah, that was directed at you.
I'll have to borrow money from the bank.
Interesting indeed.
Yeah.
Wanji, thank you very much for making time to be with us. Mr. Kenani, thank you very much for making time to be with us. We were privileged and honored to be hosting Mr. James Kenani, who is the president of Tennis Kenya, and also Wanjiru Mbugua Karani, who is the Secretary General Tennis Kenya, Vice President, Confederation African Tennis, and also the CEO Olympics Team Kenya heading to Paris. Thank you very much. We wish you all the best.
Thank
we
you.
will be at the courts, and of course, the carnival mood continues.
That's
Hoping
right.
that, exactly, and hoping that Team Kenya will make it through to the final this time round. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yes, they say, God willing. Thank you very much.
But I must
Wanji.
say, maybe
Please.
just my last words.
Please.
The girls are also very well prepared. They are ready. They are energetic. They are, they're really giving us good vibes, and that is Alicia, Rosie, Stacy, Cheruto, and Angela.
Yes.
So please, all Kenyans, we have a wonderful, wonderful team. Please come along.
When is Angie coming back?
She's around. She's actually around. They just landed with Cheruto from Tunisia. They're just acclimatizing, but by tomorrow you'll find them on the courts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Wishing Team Kenya all the best, and for the visiting countries, as Mr. Kenania said, feel at home. Kenya is your second home, and we hope that this time round, in Swahili they say mcheza kwao hutunzwa na hutuzwa. Will that be the case? Of course, the umpires will will do their thing with all fairness. But for the Kenyan team, we are really praying that they can make it 2 steps up in terms of clinching. Last year, they finished in the 3rd position, but the match that they lost painfully by just 1 point was against Nigeria. Need I say more? Thank you very much, Mr. Kenani. Thank you very much, Mr. Kenani. Thank you very much, Wanji.